Alrighty, and here is the video review for the Transformers Prime Beast Hunters Voyager Class Shockwave. As you can see, he's kind of a little H-Tank design. Very similar to his, or at least similar in Prime design-wise to the tank he was in Animated, the little H-Tank design. Purple. He does have these silly lobster claw faces. Now, I think this is supposed to represent his cycloptic eye and what is like a disguised beast mode. I like to think that he just bust open a crab and threw some parts on himself to hide from the Predacons in this configuration. But yeah, it's supposed to be his cycloptic eye. But if you use these two side eyes as his green spots as his eyes, and this is his nostrils, he kind of looks like Chester from Sifl and Ollie. Hey guys, what's up? The robot took my sandwich. But yeah, so I just think it's funny. They are removable. They are soft rubber, and you really can just leave them in the box. These pieces do have to come off for transformation. You can leave this piece on his chest piece when transforming to robot mode. But like I said, they come unattached. Unless you're just really curious, you don't ever need to attach them. They're just some soft rubbery things. And it's kind of nice that in order to give us this stuff like Shockwave and Smokescreen in the Beast Hunters line, they gave us just removable armor. Like they wanted to make it so it fit in with the Beast Hunters aesthetic, but still give us, since they were the first versions of these characters, unadorned, unbeastified versions, and they made the armor removable. I think that's really cool. So yeah, we'll set those off to the side. I'll pop them onto robot mode just to show you, but really, I mean, like, there's no benefit to these. So yeah, so here he is unadorned in tank mode. He rolls, he's got a spinny cannon, and you see his cannon has that gimmick. It closes up, and just through the centripetal force of spinning, it's just kind of got a loose spring on it. When you spin it really fast, it causes these to come out. And it's just, there's not a missile in there, that's just a kind of swirly, molded fire blast hiding inside the cannon. And it just, as you spin it, it reveals that. But yeah, and then it automatically closes up. And that's all there is to that. My one complaint is that because of the spinny gimmick, it's a little loose, so it's kind of hard to get it to... It'll stay fairly well in one position as long as you don't mess with it, but you can see it is kind of wobbly, and that's a little bit of a drawback. Not a huge complaint. Overall, I think this guy's a really, really nice figure, so it's a minor complaint, but just so you know, it is. If I had to point out something to niggle about, that's it. So yeah, to transform him into robot mode, I'm going to start up here and unsnap the, lift this up just a little bit. You unsnap the cannon right here, it pegs in right here onto this tab, and pull it over to the side. Unpeg, his hand's kind of down here grabbing his butt, but you just open that up and pull it up to the side. Actually, before you pull that up, you need to pull this one down to the side, you need to leave this one back. These side panels right here rotate up. You just push them up and they slide in to form his chest. And then you can bring the arms up and around. Like that. And then this panel right here, it slides into the leg, so you kind of have to rotate the leg up. There's a little tab here that slides up into the slot here on the leg, and that's what locks all that together. And then bring this up and snap it onto his chest, like that. Then the legs you bring up, fold them down like that, and rotate them around like that. And again, you can do that in any order, but as long as the purple comes down to the front and the knees come around to the front. And then the feet, you actually slide here at the ankle. They slide up, and it takes a little bit of doing to get those going. But you slide them up onto the leg like that until they meet properly. See, it's supposed to meet right there flat. You can't, the way they attach that way, so if you push too far, they will slide right off. And it's a real simple matter to just slide them back and slide them right back on. Just slide that up. There are his legs. And I love that, like, the way the feet fold, when they folded down like this, he's got functional wheels in his feet. And then when you fold them up, the wheels are still there, but they don't touch the ground. But I love that of all the Prime toys that have had wheels in their feet, they've all been molded in. And now we've actually got a guy who has wheels in his feet, and they're functional, and I think that's cool. So yeah, once you get this done, you rotate the arm around. And this joint right here, much like on Predaking, since it's just a joint like that slides on, it does, as you twist it, it wants to slide off a little bit. Just something to be aware of. It's not a huge deal, but something to look out for. All right, cannon comes up like this, and then these panels, these fins right here fold down. These back treads push together, and you didn't see any of that because I had it in the wrong position. So let me raise this up a little bit more here. So yeah, these fins right here on the back fold down. These treads push in together, and this whole backpack folds down and around onto his back, and you rotate his head around to the front. And here is Shockwave in robot mode. Now you can also, we'll get into this in just a minute, this tank tread over here on this side, as you can see, it's kind of folded up and around into the tread here. And you just, it takes a little doing. You got to get up in here, but you can slide this out, slide this whole tread around off the backpack, and that's what plugs into his gun to give him his little hose that connects the gun to his backpack. Kind of a neat little feature. And again, if you don't like the hose, or if you don't like the way because it does kind of, it's a stiff rubber, so it does kind of tend to push his arm into certain positions when you're messing with him. You don't have to attach it. You don't have to move that in a way off the tread. You can leave it on there, and it comes out just fine. And that's really cool. That it's optional whether you want to have that hose. But if you're lamenting the lack of a hose, fret not. Here it is. One of the other things that's weird, and let me see if I can get up close and get this on here, is that his head, you can kind of see it right there. It's asymmetrical. And at first I thought something was wrong, but like it's clearly molded smooth up here and molded smooth up here. And so this horn and this horn, or this little spike on this side, are shorter than the two on this side. And it's not an accident or a misset piece. It's intentional. There's no jagged edge or a rough spot to make it look like, that would make me think that something had caught this side of the head and ripped it off. It's just asymmetrical. I bet for a logical guy like Shockwave, it kind of drives him nuts. Also, there's some really neat light piping on his eye, and his eye kind of looks like the magic circle from Kamen Rider Wizard. It's kind of cool. So yeah, there's a close-up of his head. Back it up here. So yeah, the gun still functions in robot mode, which is just kind of fun. And yeah, he's got some decent posability here. He's got some swivels here at the shoulder. Also, these shoulder pads right here are spring-loaded. You can see they spring back into place, and that's nice because instead of if you lift his arm up and then put it back down, it follows his arm. It doesn't you don't lift his arm up, put his arm down, and have this still sitting up here, and you have to fix it like a lot of the characters have. That's really kind of a nice little feature. But the swivel here at the he's got some swivel here, a swivel here right at the bicep, hinge elbow. His hand here, it is on a ball joint, but just the way it's in there, it moves like this. You could probably twist it, but honestly, because it is on a ball joint in there, but I'm getting enough resistance trying to twist it right now that I don't want to risk it because I can tell that there's enough friction in there that if I twisted this hand, that joint's going to snap right off, and I don't want to do that. So yeah, and then he's got a swivel he's got swivels here, ratchets side to side. He does have a swivel up here at the top of his leg, right there at the hip. Hinge knees, there's a swivel right there underneath the knee for transformation. The feet, they have this ankle posability, but they don't go forward any. So you could, if you want to put him with one foot forward, he can kind of move his foot to do that. But there's not. His feet are pretty much in a static pose. You're not going to. There's no ankle tilts. So you just got to throw this guy right in the garbage. No, I'm just kidding. But anyway, and then the armor, like I said, you can leave this on. It just pegs in. There's a couple slots here on either side of this that fit these tabs, and you can just pop that right back on if you want to. You don't have to, by all means. I don't recommend it, and then you can plug the claws on to give him this weird look. I'm a beast hunter as well, guys. Can I join the club? I need spikes, so I needed spikes, so I just dove into a vat of lobsters, and this is what I came out looking like. All right. I just went on a birthday bender at Red Lobster. I didn't wear a bib because I'm Shockwave. I do what I want. Bibs are illogical. being covered in lobster is totally logical. Whatever. So yeah, those come off. So, size comparison time. Here he is with fellow Beast Hunters Voyager Prime. I didn't grab Predaking, just so you know. But yeah, they scale nicely. He's just a really nice, solid figure. I wish, if I had one thing I would change, I wish like maybe this button didn't stick out quite so much, and that he didn't have these fins on his cannon. But he's altogether a pretty solid design. So there he is with Optimus. Get your idea. Somebody asked, here he is with Fall of Cybertron Grimlock. Here he is with GoBots Puzzler. I'm sure all you wanted to see that. Puzzler's like my new favorite dude. He's going to show up in everything. Here he is with Fall of Cybertron Shockwave. And just since I don't know if I did the comparison, there's Fall of Cybertron Shockwave with Fall of Cybertron Grimlock. I don't remember if I did that in the Grimlock review or not. So yeah, here he is with Fall of Cybertron Shockwave. Back them up. Here he is with Mastermind Cyclops. Here he is with Animated Shockwave. Here he is with Fan Toys Quake Wave. And here he is with Mastermind Creations, the big version of Shockwave, or quick, yeah, Cyclops. Come on, let's get you all in here. So yeah, there's a whole lot of Shockwaves. And he fits right in and he's awesome. The end.